G'day members, I'm David Gears, current President of the Seaplane Pilots Association of Australia. I'm here to introduce something that I am very excited about. I'm sure you've all used Google Earth. What we've been working on here is an overlay of important information useful to all seaplane operators. A lot of the information has been provided by our members, gathered from surveys we've previously done. The categories of information are areas where seaplanes operate, restricted areas, hazards, e.g. power lines, members information, and airfields, both public and private. One of the things that I am looking forward to is expanding the information that we have gathered and adding members who are happy to have their information added to the map. There are two versions of Google Earth database available. Our web-based version using Google My Maps is already live on the members page, and it is very easy to access for quick reference. If you would prefer to run it directly from Google Earth, you will be able to download the data files from our members page of our website. We need your help to expand the database, so if you have any information or notice any errors, please email me at president@seaplanes.org.au. We've put this video together to run you through the basics of using Google My Maps. So let's get into it. To get into it, log on to the Seaplane Pilots website, seaplanes.org.au. Click into the login for the members SPAA area there. Then we come up with our user login, which mine's saved, and click on enter. So we're now in the members area. We can click on the map here, which will open up another browser windows, which brings you into the Google My Maps. When you first open it up, you might notice it's a little overwhelming with icons on the screen. What we can do is we can come over to the side here and we can reduce some of the icons. We can take them all off, but that would be pretty pointless. So by adding the seaplane activity allowed, that is now showing us all the spots that our members have landed at some stage, and areas that, as far as we know, have water landing areas provided for seaplane operations, or ideal for seaplane operations. Moving over to this panel over on our left hand side here, which is the most important one, we can click on other categories like airports, which then fill out all the airports. I'll leave them off for the time being because it clutters it up a little bit. We've got New Zealand ones, so then over here in New Zealand our icons come down here and you can zoom into there. You can actually click on the actual icon and it tells you where it is. Come back over here, we can scroll back out again, and just scrolling, this My Maps works exactly the same as Google Earth by clicking and dragging and also scrolling. So you can scroll in to zoom and then click and drag to move the map around. We've got the icons on the left hand side here. We've got SPAA activity restricted, so when we click on that, that brings up sites that are restricted. So this is interesting here, is if we scroll in down towards Brisbane, we've got all these dams. All the yellow marks are actually restricted areas where we're not allowed, and I will populate a few more of these the icons like that. So if we click on it, comes over to the left hand side here, we've got Somerset Dam run by South East Queensland Water, which has banned seaplanes from operating on any of their dams, and unfortunately all of these dams are under South East Queensland Water. Also we notice Moreton Bay here, this area here, if we click on that, it's not banned, but you need a permit to operate in that Moreton Bay area. This is a huge area too, I might add, all the way from the Gold Coast Spit all the way up to Caloundra, and it encompasses both North and South Stradbroke Island and Moreton Island. Something the association is working on to remove the permit scheme that's in place at the moment. Okay, moving on from here, we'll just scroll out a little bit and we will on the left hand side here, get rid of the Moreton Bay icon. We're back onto our directory tree. We can click on something that I'm looking forward to, is the SPAA members icon. So you can click on that, and we'll get rid of the other icons just to make it easier. So at the moment we've only got a couple of people listed on here. Okay, now that we've got just the SPAA members up, we've just got these icons listed here. I haven't quite decided whether we're going to use a plane, a house, or down here in Tassie we've got a waterways marking. It's a little bit confusing because it is a great spot. This is, if we click on here, this is Gary Skinner's house, and a beautiful landing area and a little ramp and Gary's house there. Scrolling back out, we can then see that we've got one of our members, our committee member actually, Wayne Inglis, SPAA member, and we can zoom down in on his details or his location down here. And what we can do is we can put in a lot of extra details, especially if you have a landing area or somewhere where you want to or instructions you wanted for anybody that was planning on visiting you. Okay, moving on. If we just wanted to find a particular SPAA member or somebody or a location, we can just click on the little magnifying glass, which is a search, and you can just type in whatever you want. So I'm trying to look for my mate Phil up at Red Rock, so if I type in RED, we've got Red Rock. So then I can click on that, and it will also find other places like Redcliffe Airport, that's marked, and then underneath that it'll be a normal Google search. So it gives most of the functionalities as your normal Google search engine. So I click on Red Rock, and this brings us to this stunning place on the New South Wales coast, and we have the two waterways marked there, so they're both good landing areas. I've landed in both of those areas, and Phil also has a private airstrip just down here. If you click on the little aeroplane thing over in the left hand side here, you'll notice it's a private strip. Prior approval is required, Phil, Claire, and a contact phone number. So all that information's there. Also, I've got this shaded in here. It should actually be in yellow, so I'll try and fix that. But if I click on that there, it will then show up in the notes as go slow area, no landing, local contact, Phil, Claire again. So when you do see things that are shaded in, if you click on them, it'll give you an explanation of what it's for. Okay, let's explore this a little bit further now, just to get the idea of how everything works. So I'm just scrolling out and then dragging, scrolling out and dragging. If we scroll down here, we've got come into Newcastle. Something that one of our other committee members, Rowan Walters, has done, has sent in information regarding Pittwater. And as soon as I find Pittwater, which will be a little bit further down, no, too far, I have lost it. So I can just use the search and go PIT, and Pittwater shows up. So click on that, and there we have it. So I can scroll out, and the interesting thing with Pittwater is you can see on the left hand side we've got quite a extensive notes about landing around Pittwater. And we've also got the other icon up the top here. If we click on that, it's a double up of the same information. But it is all handy and good information that Rowan has produced for that landing area. One of the goals of the association is to expand this database so we can get more information via all our members on waterways that they've been using, also information. We're really keen on members supplying us with information on waterways that they've landed. Also, if they'd like their name and their water landing area or house added to the map, please just send me an email at president@seaplanes.org.au, and I will update the information. As time goes on, we're hoping we'll be able to let members update the map in real time, but at this stage we just need to sort of test the waters a little bit and see how things go. But as you can see, it has a lot of potential, and I'm very excited. If we click back over here and we go back into our menu system over here, if we click on and off, we can see that we've got 104, well, there's 4 up there plus 104. We've got 108 seaplane landing areas. Interesting, if we just add the airports into it, we've got 285 airports listed. And the same thing is that we can update each one of these. If there's an airport that we know, we can zoom into it, we can click on the airport and the information will come up. That was a bit of a fluke. Airstrip off Marble Island. That's a very fun place to go to, is the Marble Island airstrip, but permission is required there. But that's in a nutshell, guys, and look, I really hope that everybody gets use out of this and then can add more information. And just before I go, we've got a couple of international airports that are interesting things to seaplanes. There's the Evergreen Aviation Water Park, Vancouver, the Sun and Fun, Lake Hood. Everyone should visit Lake Hood at some stage. Actually, if you just click on it, it'll bring you to Lake Hood, and then you can scroll down into Anchorage, and this is an amazing place. They've got more seaplanes here in this one lake than we have in Australia. So if you get a chance, have a look at this. It's just amazing. But that's about it for this tutorial, and I look forward to catching up with everybody in the near future. Cheers.